turkey decoys can really help sell the deal out here in the spring woods, as long as you can use them correctly. If you don't, sometimes they're going to provide more frustration than they are help. We've got really good turkey decoys. They're portable now. They look a lot like a turkey, sometimes better. Sometimes you name your decoys, but that's a personal thing. But you gotta keep in mind what you're trying to do. You're trying to sell the image that this hen is calling. She's interested, she's receptive, but not necessarily so receptive that she's going to go walking towards that real gobbler that's talking in the distance. So we've got hen decoys. That works on the principle of love. You're trying to bring those toms in because they're interested in breeding. And you've got some gobbler or jake decoys, which make look like a young tom out there, and you're working on the jealousy side of the equation. During the breeding season, pecking order is huge, and there's times where these birds are much rather willing to fight for territory, whereas other times they're a little bit more interested in love. You've got to kind of have an idea of what the birds are going to be most active to or receptive to in your hunting area. Now with jakes, I make sure that when I place them, that I point them away from where I'm hunting. I want them to actually try to make eyeball contact with that tom that I'm calling in, so that he sees that jake, that young tom, looking at him and trying to challenge him. And that's usually enough to get that old gobbler fired up and come running in to kick this guy's tail feathers, so to speak. Now I've got an upright hen here. She might also tick off any hen that's with that gobbler, and they'll come running in and hopefully bring that tom with them. And you've got the feeding, which is a little bit more laid back, a little bit more passive. Can be good because if they can see those eyeballs, that gobbler is going to expect that hen, if she's interested in breeding, to go to him, where that head down below, he can tell she's feeding and not going to be quite as receptive to breeding, but he needs to get her attention. When they hear the call, I got the jake for jealousy pointing towards the tom, away from where I'm sitting, hens towards where I'm sitting. It's going to work out. Now we'll talk distance. When you're bow hunting, you want that shot to be close. There's no such thing as having a turkey too close, usually when you're shooting with archery equipment. I like to get about 10 yards away from the blind to set some of my decoys. The idea is any gobbler that comes up and might stop short, it might be 10, 15 yards. If I get those decoys out at that 10-yard mark, that means they're at 15 or 20, 25 yards. That I can still make the shot with my bow and arrow. Shotgun, you can go a little bit further than that. Again, if you assume they're going to stop 10 yards shy of your decoys, if you want to put those out at 20 yards, that'll stop them 30, 35 yards. They'll be good to go and still be in shotgun range. But keep that in mind. Distance is important, and the direction they look at even more so.